Hello, my friends. I hope you're doing well. Listen, I'm still on cloud 9 from last week, and I'm going to mention it again because I realized that some of you may not have seen last week's videos, and if you didn't, I launched a beauty brand, Revi Beauty, last week. You guys, I'll put a little sneak peek of the website maybe right here so you can see what it looks like. We launched with a lip product, my dream everyday lip formula called Effortless Lips. It has been so surreal to get the feedback. You guys are starting to get your packages. More will be shipped out this week. Like I said, we had quite an overwhelming response on launch day in a positive way, but hopefully the majority of you guys will receive your packages this week. I'm just so thankful, and it's been so fun to hear comments from you who have received it and get your feedback on this formula. It's a formula that I've been using off camera for so long, and it's just so surreal to see you guys receive it and hear your feedback. So thank you again for making last week so wonderful. I figured it would be a really fun video to sit down and do my #1 makeup right now. It's been a while since I've done this video, and I have some really great products sitting in front of me. Some of these things have been my #1s for like over a year or more. Some of these things are newer, but let's just get right into it. For primer, I was thinking about what my top primer is right now, and it has to be this one. It's e.l.f. the Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. It's just so good. I love also that it's affordable too. Who doesn't love that? So I'm going to start off with this. It's not every day that I use primer, so when I do, you know it's good. I normally just use like my skincare as my primer. Anyways, I'm just focusing this in like the T-zone, and then blending that with my fingertips all over the rest of the face. Foundation. Okay, this was like a tricky one for me because you all know I love my NARS foundation. However, I've been trying a lot of foundations lately, and I would have to say that if there was one that I would say you need, besides the NARS one, even though I've used that so much, this is also a drugstore find that continues to floor me every time I put it on, and it's the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. This stuff is so good. The way that it wears on me is out of this world. So I chose this for today's video. Like, I really do feel like out of all of the new foundations that I've been trying and loving, this one is so great. Like, it just wears so beautifully on me. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this on my Hourglass brush. This is like an incredible brush. I can't stop using it. I'll have it linked down below if you're interested. I know Hourglass is not affordable like Maybelline, but this brush, there's something about it that I'm just loving. So I'm just taking a bit of that and applying it all over the face. By the way, I wear the shade 110. And then as always, I'm just gonna press that into the skin with my beauty blender. For cream contour, I can't get away from the Westman Atelier contour stick. Now this is definitely a high-end product, but boy oh boy is it good. This is their Face Trace contour stick in the shade Biscuit. This just like blends itself out. It's so easy to work with, and the shade for me is literally perfect. I love how this looks on my skin. So I'm gonna use this to kind of contour the face. I think I'll do like a little bit of a lighter contour today, and I'm doing it before concealer. That's what I've been doing a lot more lately. I used to contour after concealer, but these days I really love kind of shaping out the face beforehand and then adding concealer to like clean the edges of the contour. Okay, now that that's blended out, for concealer, I would say my #1 right now is the Givenchy concealer. There's just something really special about this one. I was looking for my deeper shade. This is the lighter shade, which is a tad bit too light for my preference, but I couldn't find the shade 95. I usually mix the two, but we're just gonna go with it today. This is the shade 80, and I've been doing my concealer placement like this for a while. I don't know, I just really love how it ends up looking. And I use the same Hourglass brush, and then I use that to kind of blend, and you'll see how I'm sculpting the cheekbones a little bit more with the concealer. So when you do concealer after your contour, I find that it just really elevates the shape of the face, but still looks natural, and then allows you to like use less product too, which I really love. So I'm just gonna continue blending that out all over the face. And then I'm just taking my sponge and pressing that into the skin. This won't come as a surprise to any of you, but my favorite powder, my #1 powder right now, is still the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. This is the shade Cupcake. So I'm just gonna set the face with this. I love using a puff to set my under eyes. It seems super scary, but if you're using the right powder, and I also like tap off the excess into my palm, but if you use the right amount and use the correct powder, it really just looks airbrushed, not heavy or cakey. Just setting around the mouth and in the T-zone as well. And then I take a fluffy brush and lightly tap some powder on the cheeks just so that my powder products blend over top of everything really seamlessly. My number one powder bronzer right now is newer actually. It's from Uoma Beauty. I've been using this in literally every video. This is the Double Take Sculpting and Bronzing Powder in the shade White Pearl. It is incredible. It's so beautiful. The tone and undertone is absolutely perfect for me. The formula is beautiful as well. It really just blends itself out. It's matte. It just like checks all of my boxes. So I've been absolutely obsessed with this. So I'm just gonna continue to warm up the skin with this bronzer. For brows, I'm sticking to a classic. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. So I'm just gonna fill my brows really quickly with this. For eyeshadow, my current favorite eyeshadow palette is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This just checks every box for me as well. It's so perfect for every day, but you can also spruce it up to something a little bit more glamorous. It's just so pretty. I'm gonna go in with the shade Mesh to start. This is like my go-to transition shade. I just realized I didn't even prime the eyelids, but that's okay. Whoopsies, it'll still work. Just kind of blending this out toward the brow, a little bit toward the outer corner of the brow too. And then taking that same shade and buffing it along the lower lash line as well. Let's go in with this color right here next. This is called Vague. And I'm just gonna pop that on like the outer portion of the lid just to add depth and also warm things up just a little bit. Same thing, same brush. I'm just gonna pinch the brush and add that same color along the outer third of that lower lash line. Next, I'm taking my finger and I'm just applying the shade Whisper all over the lid, which is like a really soft satin color. And then I'm gonna pop a little bit of the shade Sheen right on top. This is like one of the topper colors, just for a little hint of a subtle sparkle. Next, I'm taking an angled brush and dipping into the deepest color in the palette called Silhouette, and I'm just adding a little baby shadowing to the outer edge. And then I'm taking the shade Tender on that same brush, which I just cleaned off the brush on my Sigma switch. And I'm taking that lighter brown and just doing a teensy little line across the lower lash line, just to add a little bit of depth there. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Whisper color on a bit of a smaller brush and just use that to kind of brighten up the inner third of that lower lash line. Okay, I wanted to add a favorite eyeliner, even though it's not technically a dark eyeliner, it's still an eyeliner. So the Brightening Eye Kajal from Chantecaille is so beautiful. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I feel like I need to sharpen it, but this just adds such a healthy little detail to any makeup look, how it just makes you look more awake. But the color, there's something about this color and formula that's just so pretty. I love it. Okay, when I was deciding on which mascara to put in this video, I thought to myself, I love a lot. You guys know I love so many different mascaras, but there is one that I've been using constantly lately, and it's the Tower 28. This is one that I've used before, but it's like back into my routine really heavily right now, so I wanted to put this one in this video. This is their Make Waves mascara, which I just barely saw on Instagram like this morning, that they're teasing maybe a brown mascara. They haven't officially said yet, but if they do a brown version of this formula, I will be so happy. It just really gives your lashes so much volume. Look at that, it's so pretty. I'm loving this eye look. It's been a while since I haven't done like glitter on the eyelids, and I actually really like how it's looking. For blush, I'm still in love with the Bobbi Brown cream blushes. These just bring so much like health to the face. It's really, really stunning. I'm gonna use the shade Powder Pink for this look. I just felt like it was gonna be the perfect kind of neutral pinky peach that would suit the eyes. I love how I can apply this on top of powders and it never looks crusty or crunchy. It doesn't move the powders underneath. It's so beautiful, and it just adds such a healthy glow back into the skin on top of powder. So you get the best of both worlds by applying this on top of a set face, which means your makeup's gonna last all day, but then it looks like skin. So it really creates just the most beautiful illusion of perfect skin while still giving you longevity, which is like just ideal. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I don't know if you can see how like healthy the cheeks look because of that. I'm obsessed. It's just too good. Okay, now that we've got that, I am going to wipe off any foundation that got on the lips. For lip liner, I'm still obsessed with the NYX lip liners, but I will say for fall, I'm back on my Nude Truffle, which I love. So I'm gonna line and then actually lightly fill in the lips with this today. I just love this color, especially for fall. It's just so pretty. Okay, for lipstick, you guys probably guessed that I'm gonna throw this in because it's genuinely my number one, and it has been for so long I just couldn't talk about it, but the Revie Beauty Effortless Lips. I'm genuinely like obsessed with this formula, obviously. I would not have launched this if I wasn't obsessed with it, and I have been for months and months and months. Like I mentioned before, this is my dream everyday lip formula, and I can't believe that it's in my hands and that you guys know about it. It's just so surreal. This is essentially like a hybrid between a lipstick and a tinted balm. I wanted something that was going to be more substantial than a tinted balm, but like more comfortable than traditional lipsticks. And I feel like this formula is the perfect combo of all of those things. I figured today I would wear Dahlia. I just think that this color with a look like this is going to be absolutely everything. So just adding a couple layers on top of that lip liner. Who am I kidding? I love layering this up like quite a bit to get even more gloss. That's what's so nice about it. You can literally go from dabbing the color on to like a full on layered up look. And you know how sometimes super emollient lip products like this, you actually can go overboard with too many swipes. That doesn't happen with Effortless Lips. It really is as customizable and as buildable as you want it to be, which I love. I'm a little biased, but I genuinely like, I've tried so many lipsticks and this one is different. And it's been so fun to hear from not just friends and family, but starting to hear from you guys that like this formula really is different than what you've tried before, which was what I was hoping, because to me it is as well. Like this specific texture is something that I had never experienced before. And so I'm really happy that you guys are feeling the same. I'm loving how everything's looking. Let's go ahead and assess the situation. I'm gonna use my Uoma Beauty bronzer again, just a little bit more on the forehead. And to be honest, I'm not really using highlighter all that much, especially when I use that Bobbi Brown cream cheek color. I will say though, I really do still love the Victoria Beckham highlighter. So maybe I'll pop some on just for the sake of this video so you can see what I mean. Like this is just gonna continue to give you the most beautiful balmy glow. Again, it doesn't lift up the makeup underneath, which is so important. It just looks so beautiful, gives you back that healthy glow. I'm just obsessed. Okay, we're gonna set the face. I feel like my current favorite setting spray is the Cali Ray Surf Proof. This actually like went missing for a while, so I wasn't able to use it the past few weeks, which was devastating. So I was just subbing with some of my old faves, but then I've been using this all over again, and I would say this is the one that I would recommend. You know, if I was shopping with you guys, like at Sephora, I would buy you this one. It's just a good middle ground. It's like a hydrating, but not too dewy or hydrating, but also it's long wearing. So I'm just gonna spritz this all over the face. Also, the mist on this is really nice. Doesn't spit at you, which is always great. Plus, it smells good. Okay, I'm just gonna press this into the skin with my sponge. I'm just gonna press the T-zone with a puff. And then for brow gel, I have been really into the Rare Beauty one. It's just like a perfect hybrid between a gel and like a pomade. So it gives you that laminated effect, but it's not quite as heavy as some of those pomade type products. It's a really good middle ground. Okay, so that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me use all of my #1 products right now. I would love to know in the comments if any of these are your current faves as well. I really am obsessed with how this look turned out. It's funny because even though these are like my top picks, I don't always use them all together. So it's really, really fun to see them all on my face. I think these are just such reliable products, every single one. So I'm really, really happy with how my makeup turned out. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, let me know in the comments if there's something specific you want to see me film. I'm always looking to create things that you guys want to see. So if there's a new product that you want to see me review, if you want to see me reusing makeup, or I don't know, more tutorials with Effortless Lips or any of these products, like just let me know in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. But yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you all have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.